Except we're much higher up than we were before. And this is a room all its own. Actually, put it away. I'm sure there are some enemies we can use the mortal draw on. Actually, no. Never mind. Can't use it on you. I haven't found an effective way to fight you yet, have I? Because even rolling around isn't enough. Because your tail isn't exposed, I have to keep doing a shield attack in order to open you up a bit. Soften you up. Tenderize you! Yeah, if anybody has a more effective way of fighting this guy than just repeatedly using a shield attack, helm splitter combination, please tell me, I'm curious to know. Although it probably won't help me before I go into the place that I've been dreading to go to for a while. Because I'll probably record that in advance, I guess, when I put it up. I don't know, we'll see. There's another one over here. Hey buddy, how you doing? Now is that an axe you're carrying, or is it a sword, or is it a sword-axe combination? Isn't an axe you use like a sword? Looks like you've got an axe on your tail, or is that like a triple-edged spear or something? It's not a trident. Because I know what a trident looks like, and that certainly is not it. Still enemies around here. I think that clears it for the first floor, though. At least the first floor of this room. What I want to look for... Let's see. There are all those tie ropes. Ah, the Argoroks! Hi, buddies. How you doing? Maybe bomb arrows would be stronger than... Does that kill him in one shot? Yes, it does. Oh, that is terrific. Just terrific. They don't even know what hit them. I feel kind of bad for them. Listen to them cry like that. That's so... Oh, it tears at your heartstrings that you're doing that. But yeah, up there you can see there is a lamp up there with a Poe, which means I want to get to this part, which means what am I latching onto with the claw shot? Is it around here somewhere? Can't reach that from there. I have to go around there. It is a really long trek to get to that Poe, but gosh darn it, I will, if I have to. Probably one of the most out of the way. Although you could argue a lot of the ones on the overworld are more annoying to get to than one that's just in the dungeon itself. Get off. And more tight ropes that we have to cross as a wolf. Just be careful to take it slow, otherwise you might unknowingly jump off rather than climb the rope. To the left is where we need to go to advance, but to the right is where we need to go to get the Poe. And let's see if we can kind of cheat our way over the... I'm not going to boomerang jump. It's not happening. Oh, there's a sculpture up there. Hi, buddy. You're dead now. That's why I don't like locking onto you, because it doesn't always work. I think that does it, though. I think we can just fire our way across now. Yeah, they're not mean enough to stick one where we can't actually knock them down. So let's see. 20 rupees? 10 rupees? I'll guess 20. I was right, and I get nothing for it. But over there you can see the Poe! And now, at this point, sometimes I like having my senses on just because it's so gosh darn bright that if I wasn't splitting the video between the television and the computer, it would be way too bright for my eyes. So let's see. Poe, come down here. Wanna hit you. Wanna hit you. There we go. Probably the safest way to take it down is with the energy field, otherwise you risk jumping straight off the platform. Either into the abyss, or back down into the room where you'd have to redo all the platforming we just did. More money! Let's see, we want to get to that door. I do not think we can Gale Boomerang jump it. I'm going to try anyway, just because if we can't make it, I'll wind up on the bottom floor anyway, where I want it to be. It's fine. Where's that set of vines we're latching onto? It's over here. We're almost done with this dungeon, guys, I promise. Because once we go through here, we'll wind up back in the main room again, and then we'll be able to move into the North Tower, which is the final area we have to go. Please stop grabbing onto the vines. Why does Link love grabbing vines? He climbs up them so slowly, too. It's like he's taking in the moment every time he climbs one of those things. Or the tight ropes. I kind of wonder how the wolf is able to do this. He's got to be pretty fleet of foot. Especially to be able to stand on a tightrope so daintily for so long. Just stand there. I saw him start wavering as he was just standing there for a couple of seconds. Maybe he will eventually fall off if you stand in one place on the tightropes. Never tried. Nor am I going to at this point. But I imagine he does eventually fall off if he stays there too long. Can you open the door, or does it open for us? Yep, even as a wolf, it opens for us. And 2 Helmasauruses, or Helmasauri, or whatever you want to call them. Let's see. Iron boots, maybe? What's the best way to go about this? I don't want to fight you, buddy. If you're going to stay locked up against the wall where I can't hit you, that's fine. I'll just have to hit you from here. Or you guys can both stay here and not allow me to hit you. Or roll around you because the wind is blowing. Come on, buddy. I'm over here. And you're dead now. Where's your friend? Did he just fall down? Dumbass. Well, let's see if we can roll around here before the gate closes on us. It didn't. Hooray, we made it. And, if you don't know what this is by now, please stop watching. Now we can get into the boss's lair. So let's see, 10 rupees, 5 rupees. We're almost maxed out, aren't we? We're gonna get pretty darn close, only 50 from max. So let's see, I guess it's the orange ones we need the iron boots to pull down. Which makes sense, I guess. Orange is typically associated with iron oxide. So that stops the air from flowing, that allows us to go down and actually access the rooms that we... I think we could get in here from the... Well, you know what, I'll show this off anyway, just to let you know that this was the door that we could have come in from this end, but we wouldn't have been able to do anything in here because we couldn't get up to the upper room and close off the fan. And since the fan was running, it wouldn't allow us to go further down into the main room that we're about to fall into. And if this is rupees, I guarantee we're going to max out before we reach the end. Because even in the last tower, there are plenty of rupees. Oh, hi, Helmasaur. Where are you going? Don't you want to join your brethren in death? That sounds so mean, though. Can I have the heart? Let's see, the best way to do this... There should be gratings on top of us. This took me forever to figure out the first time. You use these to come down, and in here should be something that you can latch onto above the main gate. And this we also have to weigh down with our iron boots. That'll activate the fan leading out northward. And taking us to the final area of the dungeon. And boy did that drop hurt. Maybe I should have slowed my descent a little bit. Oh well. Full health? Let's get going. And God help me if I missed anything. I don't think I did. And things start to get fun out here. Hello, Argoroks. Where are my bomb arrows? I have so much money to waste, it's not funny. Argorok? Hey, buddy. I got a bomb arrow for you. Where are you going? Where are you going? What? I'm confused. Did that, like, explode on the Argorok, or did it go away from the Argorok, or did it knock it down, or what? Because I don't want these guys bothering me, but if they insist on it, I suppose there's nothing I can do. Hey, buddy! Hey, buddy! I guess I can't hit them while they're flying. Or if I can, it's not worth my time. Let's see, what's the easiest way to latch onto these moving propellers? Not that. Can I catch it from over here? Yes, I can! Hallelujah! I don't think the Argoroks will bother you too much up here. If they do, they never really bother me. Let's just follow these around. I believe there's a treasure chest back there as well, but it's just money. I don't need the money. Or maybe it's on this side, actually. I see the treasure chest on the mini-map. Yeah, I suppose we'll pick it up just for the lulz, I guess. I can't carry more than 10 rupees. And there's some pretty nice rupee chests in the tower we're going into as well. I mean, I would show them off, but they're just not worth my time. Oh, hi, buddy. How you doing? You're dead now. I'd like to be at full health, though, if I can make use of the Great Spin. Art, please. Art. Art. I love how you can grapple onto those things, even though you really shouldn't be able to. Because how are you supposed to explain a solid form of health? Now in here, you just have to make your way all the way up to the top. You don't have to bother with any of the enemies at all if you don't want to. But it sure makes getting through here a lot easier. Because there are 2 of these arrow foes. And I don't know which one's going to attack me first. I'll just keep moving around. So if one does prepare to attack me before the other one does, at least I'm moving out of the way of the first one. Or not. I like to at least try to take care of one. And if I can break my combo and start a second one before, sometimes that works. It doesn't always. But if I can take care of you before the other one gets down here, which he probably will. Now, which one of you is going to come down and attack me first, eh? I think they both drop 50 rupees, if I'm not mistaken. So if you're low on money, it's not a bad idea to come back and forth in and out of this room to... I don't know if these guys respawn, actually. And bring you down here while we're at it. Join the fun, why not? 50 rupees? That's 100 rupees! Holy crap! I thought they dropped 50. That's amazing money. How many other enemies in the game drop 100 freaking rupees? Not even Dark Nuts give you that kind of money. They don't even give you Knight's Crest anymore. And you didn't give me the Epic Sheath despite the fact that you were the mini-boss for this dungeon. I guess I had to wait a little bit longer for it to die. Oh well. We have a big giant fan we can grapple onto here. And I think directly above us is the switch we need to hit to get this thing going. So turn straight around, and the merry-go-round begins. And there are treasures scattered about all over the place here. Let me just check the map here. See... I guess there aren't any treasures in here. I thought there were treasures in here for some reason. Maybe they're just in the pots. I'll break the pots to see what's in those. Not that I'll get... I can't break the pots from here. Oh well. I mean, I can, but I wouldn't be set up for 10 rupees, 5 rupees. If there are any more below me, I don't care enough. I just want to move on. It's nice to leave these things before they turn. So that way, even if you don't have the claw shot target, if you can tell you're going to hit it, it makes it a lot easier to get there. I hear some chews underneath me. Yep, there's a blue chew, so if you need a blue potion, there you go. There's also a purple chew there, and if I never explained it before, if chews combine, they just become a bigger purple chew, no matter what color it originally was. So, if a blue chew combines with a purple chew, it's no longer a blue chew, it's just purple. So you want to get them before they combine. Let's wait for one last target. And then, we'll head through the door. But first, do we need arrows or anything? Is this going to give us any sort of supplies? No, just hearts? Alright. What sort of boss arena is it going to dump us in now? Climbed all the way to the top of a tower. You know, it's probably windy. Let's grab our iron boots just in case. Don't want to take the risk of being blown off at this point. I mean, would you like to jump off here? I suppose that... No, I'm not even going to say it. A little too morbid. Well, there's nowhere for us to go here. Any vines we can claw shot up to before? Anything? Is this going to be the boss arena? Something we're missing, aren't we? There's a grid on the column outside the very door we came through. Don't expect to look up there, do you? You always expect to go just straight ahead of you. Oh, that's a pretty interesting way to get into a boss arena. I'll give you credit for that game. This should give me a boss fight that matches up with it. Squillet Dragon Argorok. It's just a more heavily armored version of the Karkaroks, but as if there was any surprise as to who this boss is going to be. Now, unfortunately, this isn't as dramatic a boss fight as you expect it to be. Well, I suppose it is dramatic, it's just not fun for whatever reason. I don't find it fun. You notice the grass around here, the skulls on the ground? Watch what happens when he swoops by. Yep, everything gets blown to the side. It's a nice effect. I don't think he should be able to spawn so much wind simply by passing us by, and even so, he just should come to a dead stop with how much momentum he's got. But oh well, boss fight's a boss fight. The second time around, he should open up his defenses for us. And as soon as we get an L target, we know to latch onto him and use the Iron Boots to pull him down. He crashes and loses some of his armor, and it all magically disappears because it would be annoying to have to deal with on the battle arena. But no, you don't have to actually hit him after that. You just have to do this a few times. It's kind of silly, because you have to spend most of the boss fight just standing around waiting, and I suppose if he hurts you, you could go get some health if you want. I don't know if the grass drops any health. I'm pretty sure the skulls do. I don't want to waste any if I actually need. I'm over-prepared for this fight, though. I shouldn't have to worry about health in the least bit. Really, the most annoying thing about it is the wind, so I can't just stand in one place waiting for him, but besides that, you can just watch him fly around. And this music is similar, if not the exact same as the music we fought Morpheal to. And if I didn't point it out in the Arbiter's Grounds, the music you had for the first phase of Stalwart was also the same we heard in Diababa's first phase from the Forest Temple. What are you doing up there, buddy? Don't make me come up there. You're gonna make me come up there, aren't you? Conveniently enough, though, the claw shot seems to extend a lot longer than it should here for this boss fight. And you'll see a lot more of that when we get into the second phase. Let me guess, that's his weak point. Okay, let's not drag this on any longer. We know he's got a second form. Let's go. So all of a sudden it starts raining, becomes stormy, and that makes P-Hats all of a sudden blossom and fly all the way up to the top of the arena in the most convenient location so we can actually fight this guy. And the battle takes to the skies. Which is a lot less epic than it sounds, I promise. But before I forget, this is the one and only time in the game where I feel myself obligated to switch from switch to hold. Because adjusting your targeting for the P-Hats up there is a lot more annoying than you'd expect it to be if you're on Switch. I don't know how many of you guys actually use Switch instead of hold. I've explained why, several times, why I prefer using Switch instead of hold, just because it's a lot less annoying for me. And I already forgot to do what I'm doing. So basically what I like to do here is just rotate my way around. For the first hit, he doesn't really pay too much attention to where you are. He just throws fire in whatever location you are in to begin with. So just work your way around. He shouldn't be able to catch up with you as long as you keep moving in one direction. In fact, I don't know if he's even able to see me from this side. We should just be able to target his middle if we're game. I guess the game wouldn't let me target him. Oh well. It's not like he was a difficult target to hit. I just hope it becomes easier to hit him in the following phases. Otherwise, this is going to be a very long and annoying fight. So let's get up here. Before he does that, for some reason, every time he flies from the ground, it doesn't matter where he is relative to you, he causes the wind to blow a lot worse than it should. And it's about the second phase where you really have to hurry the hell up here. Otherwise, he will catch you with his fire. And I'm surprised he didn't. But yeah, he gives you just barely enough time to make it up here. So you have to be quick. And you have to use the two towers that are closest to each other. If you didn't notice, this arena isn't really square, it's more like a rectangle. So pairs of towers are closer to each other than opposite pairs of the towers, I guess. So let's just keep working our way around. I don't know if he actually turns while we're doing this. He might just stay in the same location relative to you no matter how you decide to rotate around the arena. I just like doing this as, I don't know. The first two hits aren't that bad. It's the third one that always gives me trouble. We'll know for sure when we do it. See if I can get up there before the wind blows. There we go. I don't know if I'll be able to get all the way up the tower before he hits me, though. Yeah, it sounds like he's already prepping his fire attack. Or is he waiting until I get up there like a good boy? No, I have to get a little bit higher up the tower. Come on, buddy. This is where I like the switch, or the hold, because that allows me to change what direction I'm in. If I'm just using switch instead of hold, it won't allow me to change from one keypad to the other for some reason. So if I'm going to be able to switch directions like that so he doesn't hit me, I have to change my targeting. And half the time I simply forget to change it, which is why this third hit is always annoying for me. This may or may not be the point where he actually starts chasing you around. Hell, I don't know if you even have to be circling around like this. I'm circling around like a madman. I don't know if you have to. Move it, Link. Reminds me of the Bowser fight in Sunshine, too. The way you have Bowser chasing you around with his fire breath around the bathtub. Oh well, this third hit wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Finish him! And we've saved the city in the sky. But more importantly, the last mirror shard. UniGiant, you did it! It's the fourth shard! Now we have them all! Hey, Giant? The words of the sages, do you remember them? Only the true ruler of the Twilight can destroy the Mirror of Twilight. Zant could only break the Mirror of Twilight into shards. He couldn't utterly shatter it. That's proof of his false kingship. Didn't we know this already? Giant, we have to hurry! To the mirror chamber! After all, a fake is a fake, and no matter how much you dress it up, the real thing always wins. Well, not necessarily always, because if the fake thing wins, then he just rewrites history, so he's the real thing. But I digress! We can go to the mirror chamber now that we have all of the shards, except there's a little side questy stuff and upgrades and things that we can get now that we have the double claw shot, which we will be doing next time before we move on. Sorry. We'll go there soon enough.